Alright, welcome back everybody to Farming Simulator 2019 Goldcrest Valley Map. This is episode 5 of our Farming Simulator series with old school equipment. Last video we got field 12 harvested. Had some issues with unloading. So, we ended up getting rid of the Ford. Went with the International Transstar. I might either replace this combine with a new one that came out on today on the mod hub. As of this recording, the video will probably be up. When you see this, it'll probably have been on there a couple of days. Let's go in harvesters and this. Oh, there we are. This one, the Case IH MDW Arcus. And it's a little weird. As you can see, the big tires are in the back, the small tires are in the front, versus a normal combine. But from what I was reading online, because I'm like, okay, is this really a real thing? That was my concern. Is it really a real thing? Yes, Arcus was, or MDW was the manufacturer. They're German, French. They were European. They made, I think, according to what I was reading, they made 5 of these in 1997 under the MDW. Got bought out later that year by Case IH. In 1998, Case IH releases them. 98, Case IH released 8 of them. What makes this different is, instead of your tank being here, your tank's back here at the back. Your straw kind of, I don't know how the mod is because I've not used it, but from what I was reading, the actual unit, the straw dropped to each side. You had 2 swaths drop. And you got a twin rotor system right here in the throat. So your threshing begins in the throat, from what I was reading. These were being produced at the same time as the... I know they said 2388s. I think they said 2360s. No, 2366s would have been preceded by the 2388s. So this was being produced in Europe at the same time as the 2388 was in the States. And from what I was reading, these were actually more efficient than the systems, than the 2388s. The big problem was you had extra pulleys, so you had extra pulleys, belts that could break, chains break, extra hydraulic pumps to go wrong. It wasn't very reliable, which is what basically killed it. Okay, you got version 2 MDW. I like that better than the version 2. The version 2, you can see, I mean, it's a little more, but tempted to lease one. It doesn't have a corn head, I don't believe, or does it? Give me 1 second. I want to go in, pull up my file. So I'm sorry y'all have to look at just look at those corn heads for a second. Okay, Arcus cutter. It's regular cutter. So it's going to be under that, not corn heads. Okay, so it should be a regular header. I would believe it would show up blue. So we need to go through. Yeah, there it is. 8.4 meters, which I was looking earlier. It's roughly 27.56 feet. So roughly right at 28 foot head, if they are correct on the width. The article I was reading did say a few were tested over in the States. And some of the design innovations from the Arcus were used crop lifters. To bring the axial flows, to make improvements on the axial flows. So that's an interesting little bit of history. Oh, I don't remember what the actual size of this head is. I really need to write stuff like that down. Okay. So we've got, what, 3 fields we can test it in? Using the head that it should have. And I probably need to remove some more trees at some point. We can test it in 24 because that has barley. We can test it in 14 because it's oat. 11 because it's tricked cow. Wish I had a rye. I could buy field 10 or field 21, but they are so far out. 23 is wheat. I could buy a 22 or 23, and we have this nice little section here completely taken care of, and need to pay attention to what I'm doing. We could have messed up the header. Good thing we've got an indestructible header. You can order yours now from Walla Walla Washington for 20,000 payments of $19.95, and here's how to order. It's made by Acme Brands. So, I might rent one, or lease one, and we'll take it over to 11. We'll harvest 11 with it. We'll see how it does. If it does pretty good, we might end up just having to, well, I've got the spot there I could put an extra shed if needed. I've got there I could put a shed. So I've got room I can put an extra shed. I could put a shed up here if I want. How wide is the head we got on the John Deere? 7.6. So it being an 8.4 meter, it's almost a full meter wider. So it's 3.3 feet. So it's about 40 inches wider than this one. So it's a third of a foot is 4 inches. So I think what we'll do is we'll harvest this because 14 is nowhere close to being done. We will park this. And see if we can get a demo unit in the case. Colors. Now honestly, I'm a little more partial to John Deere. I think I've mentioned it in some of my 19 videos. I'm pretty sure I did 17 and 15 also. That I used to work for a John Deere dealership. I've tried to, I was a parts room guy, warehouse guy. I tried to get on with a couple other places that were looking, after that, we're looking parts room help, warehouse help. Warehouse job in the right setting can be enjoyable. We'll get this unloaded. We'll finish harvesting. We'll unload to our truck. We'll get this over to our workshop to be serviced. I'm tempted to change to a different type of workshop because if I'm not mistaken, I've got mods that are sheds with the workshop in them, which might make for a better deal than just the open workshop deal right there. Oh, by the way, we did not lose the wheat from 12. I was unable to dump it at all, but when I went in and I bought the International, after I finished with the last episode, I went in, I took the fill type and fill quantity from the Ford and basically just put it in on the International in the same line for it, so I didn't actually mess anything up. So he ain't that far from it. We'll just run over to it. What is the capacity on our combine? 15,000. So 50% of that would be 7,549, somewhere right about. $7,909. So yeah, we're a little over half, because we were half. I think we hit halfway as we were just about finished. So let's double check. Okay, that will do, right? Trisal. We will get the straw at some point, and it might not be in the video. So I'm just glad gameplay and recording's running smooth, considering I've got some uploads running. Woo! I really wish we had crossing arms there. We'll come into the field. We'll come into the field out in town, so okay, let's run down, call up the shop, or we'll go right to the shop. Okay, headers. Again, this is on ModHub. It was uploaded today. I'm not going to run crop lifters lease. Yes. Okay. Harvesters. All the way back. Go with version 1. Local positioning. Trailer hitch, no we do not. Oh, we just spent a good amount of money to lease some equipment. It does look nice though. There's your twin rotor. Sign. There's some of the pulley. There's your spreading table, so it will drop. It is going to drop on two different sides. Okay, let's hop in. Okay, there's the table coming up. Okay, I don't know why it's not opening the tank. Oh well. Steers from the front, so your steer axle's in front. It is... well, I can't tell. It is supposed to be, looks like it is, looks like the transfer case right there. It's supposed to be four-wheel drive. It could be pneumatic four-wheel drive or hydraulic drive on the front. I don't know. It didn't say. Okay. This is a little weird driving this. Oh, we just took out the sign. It's usually your your rear end. I'm about to say a different word. We're trying to keep things clean. But yeah, the rear end on this does not swing as wide as it does on a regular combine. Oh, we just took out a road sign. Check that. I said this was what, 8.4? Correct. So 27.55. And it's got us at 29. Well, 27.56 because we are 27.559. So 27. 0.56 is close enough. Okay, set A. Set B. Oh, so it's dropping it. Okay, that's a little. Okay, so the straw swath is coming from the middle of the machine, and or coming from the sides of the machine in the middle and going in instead of coming. Oh, that might be if you're not going to. Okay, that's different. We need to change our offset too, because I don't know why we've got a little bit of an offset. And she is definitely different though. Turn our beacons off. I still don't know why. We don't have the tank open. Okay, let's get rid of that offset, even though it's not much. It's just enough that it's kind of bugging me. Okay, one thing's for sure, trying to get this turned and lined back up is probably going to be a bit of an issue in tight spots. Okay, do we not? Okay, we do not own that section. What, 113,000? Let's go ahead and buy it. That way we ain't got to worry. That'll give us access to this little bit of land right here too for wood harvest if we feel like it. Oh. Now, to be honest and be fair, probably the only way I won't be able to tell if this is any more efficient than the traditional style combine would I'd probably have to plant triticale back in this field and harvest it with the John Deere and see how much yield I get out of it. Now I did talk to Adam about this. earlier I seen the thing. I'm like, dude, look at this funky combine. Because, I mean, it is funky. This is not a normal looking combine. This, to an extent, almost looks like what could have been the predecessor to the Tribine, or Tribine. Which, yes, there's one of those out, but it's got some issues. Or it causes some issues. I don't. The version I had gotten hold of, just it seemed to have some issues. So, and this was made to kind of go with the 20, or this was being produced same time as the 2388. Okay, I don't know why we missed that unless our speed coming over that little bit of a crest right there. Okay, we're 80% on what, 3 runs. So I don't think that's bad, or that doesn't seem bad. Granted, those are 3 long runs. 3 runs in the longest portion of the field. So I have a feeling we will probably end up having to offload before we get done with this pass. It definitely won't take long to fill up the TransStar, that's for sure. We would have already had to have stopped if we were running the 2388. That only holds 10,000 liters with the largest extension. So yeah, we're gonna have to unload. So this does hold 2,100 liters more than the 2388. Oh, they are right. You just about need a slightly longer pipe option. Or you need a longer pipe option with this head. Okay. And all these fields that we're harvesting so far, we're not going, well, I don't think any of them are fertilized. Not worried about lime. Yeah. None of them are fertilized. Well, 24 is. I think that's the only one that is fertilized. 22 and 23 are. So, 9 is, but we haven't bought 9 yet. one thing, we are probably going to need a bigger straw pickup. Fara, 26,000. I think we got that one, which is 24. The Lily, which is 120,000. By Steve. Could get. We went with one of the bigger ones. How much would we need? Well, that one's 95 horse. So we could do that one. 120,000 liters. 220 for that one. 200 for that one. So we could go with the straw and go with our current tractor. It did seem a little easier to turn and get back online just then. So, I don't know. Well, that's something we'll think about. I don't know if I'll do a bigger forge wagon or not. That's 18 we're looking at right there with the corn. One thing I've done here lately, I have been producing sorry, I got reading something in an email and I just I swear it just kind of irritates me. You groups that are supposed to be for this, for that, and whatnot. Supposed to be great protector of Second Amendment rights. All they do is fearmonger. And what they don't tell you, they try to tell you who to vote for. Vote for this person because they're pro-gun. Vote for this person, they're pro-gun. But from a lot of independent stuff I've read, that's looked at some of their finances and what some of their high up people have said. Now I apologize for this little bit of a mini rant. Some in their hierarchy, their high ups, are spending money or are giving money to gun control advocacy groups. So people that want tighter restrictions, this, that, and the other. While the main group that they're, or the group that they're with, is fighting against them. So they're playing both sides, and it from some of the independent stuff I've read, that's how it comes off. There's a lot of prominent 2A YouTubers that I've watched and still watch. I don't watch their stuff as much as I used to, unfortunately. But it seems you've got a lot of prominent Second Amendment YouTubers that belonged to that organization that are like, yeah, I can no longer consciously be a member because of these allegations that have come out against the leadership, basically. The organization's been in the news for a couple different reasons here lately. But my thing is I'm all for anybody that can legally own a firearm to own a firearm. But at the same time, I think everybody needs firearm training. Concealed carry class is great. Granted, all concealed carry classes are not the same. I think one of the emails from this political action group, lobbying group, was fussing about, I think it was Virginia, wanting to do away with online concealed carry courses, which I have seen some concealed carry courses advertised online. Basically, you pay them the money in some of these states. You pay your class fee, and they give you your certificate saying you've passed concealed carry course. Their concealed carry, online concealed carry course. which kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I did concealed carry class. My wife did, my dad did, my brother did. We all did it at the same time. And when we took it, a coworker of mine and my brother's was the instructor. He's the one that instructed us for the class. And to be honest, there's a lot of stuff in those classes that you need to know. I mean, it's a lot of places they do it basically two parts. Because, like, the state of North Carolina requires you to have so many hours of that class be about the laws governing all of that. And we're going over. I do apologize for the rant. But as I've also said, I've also qualified as a armed guard for the state of North Carolina multiple times. So I've gotten even more training. And like I said, I think everybody deserves the right to have that. Everybody that can carry should carry. Just get the training. Get proper training. So we're going to end the rant right there, but get back to what my original was before I got off topic because of reading that email, and I apologize for that. And that's one thing about me. You never know when I'm going to go off topic. The YouTube app for mobile phones has got a new little feature. Or, well, I don't know how new it is. It says it's a beta. But I know some people, some channels I follow on YouTube, you see the little, what they call a short, which basically they're like Instagram story. They're posting their Instagram stories over on YouTube. And of course, YouTube being YouTube, doesn't want to lose out on something like that. So they basically did their own version of Instagram stories as YouTube Shorts. I've been doing some YouTube Shorts lately. Most of them have been involving one of the cats that we have. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos that I've got a kitten. He was 2 months in October, November, December. So he's about 5, almost 6 months old now. I call him Squirt. That's his little nickname. His name's Shrek, after well, not Disney, but DreamWorks Animation. His sister, which was his actual littermate sister. There were 3 of the kittens, but we could only find 2. The third one disappeared. We don't know if something got it or if the mama moved them. But we took them from their mama at 5 weeks because she put them under my wife's vehicle. And my wife went to leave for work one day and started backing up, and here's one of them holler. She had run over the foot. Didn't break it, didn't kill the kitten. It was Shrek that whose foot she had run over. Basically, she didn't really run over it. And I know I've had it happen to me. You're trying to help guide somebody backing up, and you're standing close to the vehicle so they can see you in the rear view without having to do or the side view mirror. And they just do roll the tire up onto your foot. It hurts. I mean, you're talking about a vehicle that easily weighs a ton. So, 2,000 pounds. You figure weight's distributed evenly, so 1,000 pounds per axle, so 500 pounds per tire. 500 pounds is a lot of weight to be rolling up onto a foot. So she just did pinch. She didn't roll up on it. She just did pinches. It was starting to put pressure on his foot from what she was saying, if I remember correctly. But we took him and his sister away from the mama at 5 weeks. Granted, that's early. A lot earlier than you should, really. But, to an extent, it kind of helped out some, too, because we wanted to get them more socialized. And it's a little easier to socialize on a lot earlier, especially considering the mama's feral. Well, I would say semi-feral. She's not feral, but she will come up to you or towards you. But you can rub her, you can touch her, but you've kind of got to be sneaky about it. Her mama was dumped. She's a second generation, or she's a kitten that was born here to a mother that we don't know if she was completely feral or if somebody just brought her out this way and dumped her. So, we might as well finish this up, go a little long. Now I'm getting off topic a little bit too, talking about the mamas. But she didn't want anything to do with you at first, but she's gotten a lot better. I can go out and she'll come running up to me and rub all up on me. She wants in the house, so you can tell she was somebody's cat. She was an indoor cat at one time. But we took them away. We took the kittens away. They were named after DreamWorks characters Shrek and Fiona. Fiona was the little girl, Shrek's the little male. He got Shrek because as a kitten, he was... Oh, are we not able to hold the rest of it? Nope. Oh. Let's do this. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm trying to remember if that's the one I had issues Oh no, that was the gravity wagon I had issues with. We need 120 horse. Let's see what we got. Medium tractor wise. John Deere old. Add weight to the front. We'll run twin wheels on the back. Let's get in and shut this off. Let's get this cranked. And let's run, get right down to the shop. Oh, we don't have blinky bits on the trailer. And I think we'll go ahead and purchase 22 and 23. Are they still? Yeah. So let's go ahead. Purchase 22 and 23. I swear traffic can be rude sometimes. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I was coming through that intersection to the right of us, in the T or crossroad intersection right there, and got. I don't think it was on here though. I think it was on the server, and got turned into. Oh, we're going to clip through. Oh well. Okay. And back to the story, because I've gotten sidetracked multiple times now. But basically, I've been doing shorts featuring Shrek. Middle of last week, I bought him a brand new kitten bed, or cat bed, or small animal bed, because it can be used with small dogs. You don't want anything to do with it. The other cat don't want anything to do with it. The other kittens, the older kittens, don't want anything to do with it. The big male, well, not big male, because he's not big. He's kind of small. He's only about 12, 13 pounds, but if that, the female's bigger than, my female Shih Tzu's bigger than he is, but even, they don't even want anything to, they're like, oh, what? I keep telling them, I'm like, kiddo, if you don't use it, I'm going to send it back. I'm going to return it to Amazon. But I've been doing shorts with him. Some of them have been that. I uploaded quite a few today because he loves when I come in to the office. He comes barreling in, jumps up on my computer chair, onto my keyboard tray stand, and onto the desk that I built. And he's waiting for me to cut my computer on because he likes to watch my mouse move around on the computer and everything. But something else he loves to do is watch YouTube. He loves to watch like the fish channels on YouTube. That's something he thoroughly enjoys. We're just going to teleport back down here. We really do not have a lot in here. Trying to make sure we could get through. I knew we should have been good before that one. Which, oh, we were good. We could have been close, but we were good. So, but this morning I uploaded a couple of him watching a YouTube channel. That's a like live saltwater aquarium. I don't know if it's like somebody's got a webcam hooked up by their personal saltwater aquarium, or if this is like a saltwater coral aquarium at like an aquarium or a zoo. But he thoroughly enjoys it. Enjoys watching it and all. Let's turn Blinky off. I think this was a good investment considering we just bought 22 and 23. And I have a feeling we might end up using this a little bit because we'll end up filling that. This hole, how much does the, what do we hold here? 20,000. So we can actually use this. Leave this in the edge of the field because that's 30. So, yeah, we might be seeing some good use coming from these. We'll do some service on these. I'll move those two trucks closer to each other here in a little bit. Okay, back to, but yeah, he loves that. Touch on another subject from the previous video. The John Deere 6000 sprayer. I looked, tried to see if there was a way to, if it had GPS on it that I could activate somehow, or what could be done. I don't see anything that says that where I can activate GPS on it. Actually, I might be able to park both of those beside the Transtar. is. Get the head or trailer. Get it pulled so we can put the head on it. So I can still up the capacity. I'm not sure what the capacity was in real life. It's 320 gallon. So, and that's the updated 6000 high cycle. 1985. So, I said what, 320? And everything on here is in liters, of course. $1,211 liters, which I believe is what it is set for. Yep. So it's accurate. Don't know if they've ever come with any bigger. So, you know, well, we've gone a considerable amount of time over, almost 25 minutes over what I'd prefer to be. Some of that's my rant. I apologize. I apologize for my getting sidetracked and all. Hope y'all enjoyed. Let me do one thing real quick before I get off, or before I end the video. Okay, that was Trick the Cow. So, fuel 11, yield with case Marcus was 30,458 liters of Trick Cow. Replant with same and harvest with J9610. Make a note to myself so we don't forget that. I would like to do that so we have a good comparison. See if maybe whoever did the modders that did it were able to figure out a way of tightening the accuracy a little bit, or not. Well, I don't know so much accuracy, but cutting back on how much you might lose out the back end. So, as always, I hope you've enjoyed and have a wonderful day.